Hey y'all, welcome back to Surgeon to Steal Budgets. Today we're doing February, week number 1, so we're getting into a new month, so I'll show you all the things. We're going to get into the budget, we're going to get into the layout, the whole month, so let's get it. So to start, we're just going to start off with my change, get that out of the way, because otherwise I'll keep knocking it over and it'll annoy me. So, that is a lot more change than I'm used to. I'm going to move this so it doesn't get in the frame. Words are hard. Uno momento, por favor. All better. I decided to change my bandage because it looked a little wonky. I had a lot more change this week than I usually do because I spent a little bit more money than I usually do. But yeah, so I realized last week I forgot to count the money again. So I've learned the way that I do things is that I splay it all out, take my thumbnail photo, and then if I don't put it back in like all in one go, I don't count it. So I'm having to remind myself a smidgen. But there's no leftover monies in any of the categories, so there's no rollover of anything, but that is a-okay. We'll leave that over there, and we will get into the budget, then we will count the cash. So for the first week of February, first paycheck February, bills I have coming out, because I already paid the electric mortgage, I already paid my half of the electric, the mortgage, and the natural gas. The rest of the bills are whatever I have to pay. So Google One is coming out. That's my storage on my phone. Discovery Plus, Amazon Prime, Netflix, YouTube Premium, and my credit cards are coming out. And then we'll get into next paycheck next week. So that is what I have this week. But I don't have to pull it out, in a specific way, because I ended up getting a full month ahead on all my bills, so I only have to pull out the same amount for all bills for every week, basically. So I take all of my bills and divide it by 4, and then that's what I'll take out every week. And then they'll go, the weekly installments will go in this binder, basically. So for this week, I'll just flip this over. There's my budget for a regular paycheck. I got overtime. Next week will be a regular paycheck, so that'll be a little bit harder of a hit. But I did need to take some, I say time off, but I just didn't do any overtime. And then I took Wednesday off for the concert, which was an amazing time, mind you. But my mom came into town to help me unpack, and my mother is a godsend because I wouldn't have been able to get half the things done that we got done without her. So she's definitely godsend, and I appreciate the heck out of her. Words cannot do that justice. But anyways, so OT, pay. So I already got fuel, was $30. Bills, $4.90 for the week. That's just, like I said, a fourth of all my bills. Wallets get the $165 because remember last week we're bumping groceries up to $100. Long term's getting $50, short term's getting $40. $1,000 challenge. I'm doing things a little bit backwards. I'm going for the largest amount for February for the first week. Birthdays and holidays will be getting a lot. We have a kid's birthday this weekend, and then my goddaughter's birthday is in like the middle of February, so we gotta prep for that. My mini squirrel fund, the debt amount is, a lot more than expected, which is fantastic. Extra payments will be great. And then I do need to get an oil change. I probably needed an oil change like 5,000 miles ago, but they forgot to put that sticker in the window to tell me like what mileage I get to is when I need it. So I've just been flying by the seat of my pants, and finally they emailed me and they're like, according to our records, you're probably due for an oil change. I'm like, you're probably right. I'm probably due for 2 now. But so anyways, that'll come out this week. But yeah, so that is $12.65. paycheck of $12.68. It's about as close to zero-based budget as I get. And then we will fill this in. I don't want to use permanent. So we will take this pen out. So spending is getting 30. Groceries is getting 100. Intake and exhaust, which is my cat's and my dog's wet food and my cat's litter, basically. 25. Household's getting 10 and fuel got 30. And I spent 30. So I usually like to get fuel before I do these videos so I at least know what my budget actually is. But we're going to keep this open so I know where things go. Because my brain has the dumb all the time. It's just, it's there all the time. So, before we get into that, we will count the cash. We should have $12.35, I think. I'm maxing out this, cash envelope thing. But yeah, it should be $12.35. So we have 400, 55, 5600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, 20, 40, 60, 80, 800, 20, 40, 60, 80, 900, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1020, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1150, 5, 65, 75, 85, 95, 1200, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35. So yep, we have 1235. Yay! All is right with the world. So we will start off with wallet and get that done and over with. So we're doing a 20 and a 10 here. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm pretty exhausted, and mentally, more so than physically, and my brain doesn't want to do the things. And the only reason I have the gumption to record this video is because I want the monies in my wallet. I've been having a hard time with wanting to do things, and I don't know if it's just because mental exhaustion or what it is. All the different changes right now, I have no idea. But I am just struggle bussing hardcore mentally, and I just don't want to do anything. But have to, pull myself up by my bootstraps and just get stuff done. Basically, I'm going to slip. How did I do that? Probably just a hundy. This is for my oil change. I hope that worked out well. We'll see, I guess. So then we'll get into long term. This is just my $10 binder. Blanche shall get 10. So now she has 30. Now all these envelopes should have 30 because it's my $10 binder. I'll add in I'll update the trackers whenever I'm off camera and have the mental capacity to do that. I just feel like my battery's so drained, but then I have all these things I have to do this weekend, and it's like, I think if I hadn't taken such a mental break from work this week by not doing overtime, I would have been absolutely crazy, unhinged, if you will. Let's see. I will have another doctor bill coming out because I did go to the doctor to have this thing on my hand checked. That's why I have the bandage over it. Ain't nobody want to see it. I mean, y'all probably saw it if you didn't notice already, or notice it in last week's video. I ended up having a cluster of bumps here, and I'm I don't know what it is, but it grew rapidly over 9 days. And because thankfully I have this YouTube channel that just shows my hands, because otherwise I would have had no picture to base what the old, what it used to look like to how vastly it changed in such a short amount of time. Such a short amount of time. So I went to the doctor. Sure enough, it's a bacterial infection and highly contagious. So I needed cream to put on it, so they prescribed me that. So I will have another doctor bill coming, which is unfortunate because I just paid off the last one. But all in all, needed to get done and taken care of so that there were no worries and no spreading of the things. So now we'll get into my short term. Now the long term's done. Nothing's going on vacation. I'm not hitting this as hard as I was originally because when my deposit and stuff comes back from my apartment, that's going to go towards vacation. So I'm not really throwing a bunch of money at it right now when I could throw a bunch of money on extra debt payments. So we're going to do that. So it's 1 and 250. I think I set it up that way. So 250 is going into debt payments. I did take the 100 out to do a snowball payment for the month of January. So it's exciting. Home improvements getting 5. And all these, all but me money, I think, should have 15 in them. So when we get to that, we will see how much me money has. I don't think I've touched it, to be honest, which is kind of surprising. But I think because I gave myself extra money last week for the concert, I didn't feel the need to pull it. So yes. So tell me how your guys' week's been. Are you guys excited for the new month? Is time going by too quickly? Like, what's the dealio? Like, fill me in here, man. So yeah, me money has 20, so 10, 20. 10, 15, 20. Gosh, words are hard. Ugh, I don't have the energy for anything. I just want to stay home, but I must do the adulting things and make the monies so that I can stuff them into these envelopes and feel secure. Is anybody else drained, or is it a time of year or something? Like, I guess normally around this time my vitamin D deficiency kicks in and I just don't have the energy for anything, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just, going through the motions of winter, but anyways, so that is my short-term binder. And let's get into this. So I did take the money out of January, but I did put a fully funded slip into it, and I put it into my savings account. Now, it's not a high-yield savings. I'm still shopping around for, like, a high-yield savings, and I'm still contemplating on, like, if that's something I really want to do, just because, I don't know, I have a hard time with the idea of putting my money somewhere that I can't immediately access it, because to my understanding, high interest savings accounts, like, you can't just, like, let's say an emergency happens. That's why I still have my emergency fund in cash, is because when something it's like truly an emergency, you don't have time for it to take a couple days to process and come to your account and all that stuff. So I don't like that too much. I think that's the main reason why I just refuse to put money into a high yield savings, because I feel like then it's no longer in my possession for the immediate future, I guess. I don't know. Am I crazy? Probably. Actually, I know I'm crazy. I'm not so surprised they haven't locked me up yet. Anyways, enough self-deprecation. February is getting 20. So we will put that in there. And so now that is done. I'm excited to start a new month for that. We'll get into my mini squirrel binder. We didn't get to do this last week. We didn't get to do much of anything last week, but that's okay. Excited to get back up on the train for this. Life is better with iced coffee. I'm a blended coffee person. I like my espresso blended, but that's just because I'm bougie, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, that is getting 10. And I'm sure you'll notice that I did a little bit of a bill exchange. I did that for last week because I didn't want to go to the bank. So I just did a mini bill exchange with the money I had. I just got hundreds and 20s out last week and just exchanged everything. And so yeah, that's why things look a little bit different than the last time you saw them. So nail supplies is getting 5. Ooh, this is a nice 5. Do I want to put it somewhere else? It'll be safe here for now. So now nail supplies has 15. 3 of these challenges are worth 50, 3 of them are worth 100, and so the ones that are worth 100 have 30 now, and the ones that are worth 50 have 15 now. So crazy savings. While unpacking, my mom realized how much fabric I have because she unpacked it, and thankfully she's really good at organizing, so it feels a lot better in here. Because what I call my craft room is where I record, so we're currently in my craft room, and so this is where my recording is. My Cricut's off to the side over here on the left. Yeah, left. Yes, I'm a child. I have to do that. Anyways, so my Cricut's over to the left here. All my fabric's over into the right in the closet over here, and everything seems so much more organized now. I actually used my sewing machine on... Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, something like that. Because my mom had brought me this tapestry backdrop kind of deal. It had sunflowers on it and like white barnwood kind of look. I think they're called tapestries. I don't know. Anyways, and so she had me turn those into... why can't I use words? Curtains. She had me turn them into curtains for their new house. And it's sheer, but like it'll at least block a lot of the heat out in the summer. And they look really pretty, so I'm excited I got those done for her. I really needed like a creative outlet during all that packing and stuff. She's like, "Are you sure you want to do it?" I'm like, "Mom, I need to, because my brain needs to do something creative to where I feel like I'm doing things and not just not getting anything accomplished." Even though we were getting a lot accomplished, my brain is my own worst enemy, and I hate what it does sometimes. But regardless, everything is all right with the world, just not my brain. But we will work on that. So that was my mini squirrel fun binder, just different little things I wanted to save for. And then let's do birthdays and holidays, and that was getting 75, I do believe. And I think, do I want to just put all of that into the birthdays? Because that's 50. But I do want to start saving towards Easter. But when is Easter? Easter's the end of March. So yeah, let's just do all birthdays, because like I said, I got 2 birthdays, so might as well. So 20, I think I did, yeah, 50, 70, and 5. So that will go into birthdays, where there is 14 currently. So what we do have, I'm going to flip this around a smidgen. So what we have in birthdays is 50, 70, 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89. So almost 90. That should, pretty well cover it. So we're good there. All right, now into monthly bills, I think is all we have left, which I don't remember how it was broken down. Maybe I should find that piece of paper. Hold on, please. Found it. So mortgage is getting $150. And so that's just... So what I did for all my bills basically is that I took the totals, I rounded up to the next like divisible by 4, so I didn't have to pull any singles out, didn't have to deal with that, didn't want to deal with any of that, so I just didn't. So I just rounded things up. So I'm going to end up building myself a buffer, which is not an issue. It's fantastic, actually. So yes, I did take all the money out except for utilities, and put it in my bank, and then put it in the specific accounts that I do have. So that's all February's bills are just taken care of, I do believe. But let's hope that worked out the way I wanted it to. Anyways, so mortgage now has that. Electric is getting 45, so 20, 40, and 5. It's so wild that I was able to get a whole month ahead on my bills in such a short amount of time. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do it obviously without overtime, so I'm beyond thankful for that. So like I said, next week's going to be a struggle going back to just a regular paycheck. But I think I'm going to put in some overtime next week, so then the paycheck after that will have, you know, some OT. But we will see how things go and if work is still busy enough that they offer OT. That's the big thing. All right, so gas bill, it's natural gas. Got 20 subscriptions, is going to be getting 40. So 20 and 4. Okay, I guess. You want to stay up? Fine. I'm going to go to sleep. You stay up. You go to work. You make the monies. I'm slowly losing my mind, y'all. I'm sorry. Cell phone should be getting 15. And so we'll put that in there. If I can get just one envelope at a time. All right. And now car insurance should be getting 20. And these are the totals they'll get every week, so that's not going to change unless the bills go up. Credit card will get 60, so I think I just did 320s. 20, 40, and 60. So yeah, whenever the month is over for February, then I'm gonna try and film pulling this out and then like doing like a whole huge cash condensing and all that fun jazz. I'm gonna try and record that, but sometimes I just get too excited and do it off camera. But that's just who I am. Student loans are getting 45, so 20, 40, and 5. That's why like all my February stickers are already on, and I was planning on recording that, but I never did. I'm terrible. So car payments getting 85. Yeah, looks like it's 85. So 50, 70, 80, and 5. So that will go into car payment. And the last one we have here is utilities. And I am just going to put 10. Maybe I should have pulled that. I don't. So utilities is the trash bill, I think. Yeah, something like that. The trash bill. But that gets billed quarterly. So, and I think we're supposed to get the bill here in the next few days. I don't know. I'm new to all this stuff. As far as house bills go, I'm new to all this stuff. But so I think I just have it set up for 40. I don't remember why, but that's just how it is. Anyways, so now utilities has 2035, and we'll see what that ends up coming out to be. But yeah, so that is the end of that. So now that we're all out of money, we should be done, I think. I haven't gone through and like written down like projects, dates, tracking, goals, anything. I did my budget, or my monthly budget kind of deal, but this is already not what I've done so far, but I don't know. We'll see how things go for the entirety. Of course, now mind you, I am budgeting this like expected of just regular paychecks all 4 weeks of February. Of course, that hasn't happened because this is the first week and I have an overtime check. So I just kind of, I like to bare bones it and see how things are kind of deal. I should go back in and do going over like what I actually did for January. I should probably do that, but I don't know if I'll do that in the video or not. Things. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I feel like I've been rambling for far too long, but thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me while I ramble on about how adulting sucks. Hopefully I'm in a better mood next video. But yeah, so I hope when you guys see this, you have a fantastimagical day, week, weekend, whenever you're seeing this. I hope it's a great time. I hope it's fantastimagical, and I hope I see you next week. Bye!